Hey folks, welcome to 6 Minutes of Witchcraft with me, Laura Tempest Zakroff. Today I'm going to be delving into the power of simplicity, how keeping things simple can actually make things more effective. So let me set my timer. And this is something I've seen in teaching art, teaching dance, teaching witchcraft, is the attitude of, this is too simple. I need something more advanced. And and as soon as someone says that, it's often a big red flag that they don't have the basics down, that they don't understand the power of simplicity. In teaching dance, people are like, I want a big flashy combo. When you do this move and this fancy move and look at all the tricks I can do, which those are cool, definitely cool, and they require skill, technique. But if you don't know how to make the moments in between just as amazing with simple moves, those big moments, they're just going to be exhausting to you, to the audience, to the world, right? Because in the simple movements within, say, belly dance, a hip circle, where you can just tell the dancer is feeling that circle. There's a simple but deep emotion to that very basic move. It simply captures the imagination. It goes with the music. It is powerful, even though it's not a, woo, look at all the whistles and bells. And the same is true in witchcraft. When you think that, oh, I feel like I need to do more words and more different correspondences and more stuff. And it's got to involve like 6 deities and 10 spirits. And, it needs to have arcane knowledge and secret stuff that I pay really a lot of money for. It's not where the magic is. It's in knowing yourself, your intuition, being at one or interconnected with the world around you, so that just a simple breath, focus, lighting a basic candle, drawing a very simple sigil can be highly effective because you know exactly what you want. You have focused all of that energy into that very simple movement, that very simple expression, and it cuts to the heart of the matter far quicker and more deeply than all of the stuff. And again, we love stuff. Stuff is great. You can see I have stuff. It definitely tickles the physical existence and can help us focus. But if we rely on the stuff as being the complexity, the advanced part of it, totally missing the point, because everything starts with you. And just because something appears to be simple doesn't mean that it's not difficult. One of the things that I really strive to as a writer, as an author, as a teacher, is to be able to take very complex concepts and break them down simply, because I don't believe in putting a whole bunch of jargon and occulty arcane terms and for other things to make it more confusing. I feel like it's hard enough as it is on a very basic level. You don't need to make it more mysterious, to defray the riffraff. Like, okay, Alistair, that's great. But let's focus on, people need empowerment and need that focus without all the head games in there. And like, again, life is hard enough as it is. So if you're thinking like, where, do I need to make this more complicated and complex? What I would say to you is, how can you strip a particular working or idea down to its most basic, rudimentary concepts? What is involved here? What is the energy? What are you increasing or decreasing, or trying to pull things together? Are you separating them out? Are you intertwining them in a new way? Are you building upon something? Sticking to those things and getting them done simply but really well, competently done, is going to get you farther quicker. Not that it's a race, None of this is a race. Now, exercises in complexity can be great for skill building and looking at different ways of how things work. And of course, all of our brains work differently. So some of us really want to have a bunch of different steps and a bunch of different materials in order to get our brains to focus in that way. And that's totally fine, right? Because again, brains are different. But it's not a necessity. It's not something that has to be done or is greater than the basics, the simple moves, motions, and ideas that are prevalent in magic. So, I don't want to dive into, I don't think we have enough time to go deeply into the high versus low fallacy. But thinking about, and I've talked about in many of my books, that low magic is the more immediate, the closer to the source, and often just really does get things done. And it doesn't mean it's less spiritual. That's another sort of idea, that something is higher, it's more spiritual. It's like, what's more spiritual than going outside and communing with a tree, with the land, with the spirits of the place, simply by breathing, by being present, by connecting through your body? It's an amazing spiritual experience. So, it doesn't have to be a snob about these things to make something amazing and powerful. Perfect timing. So I hope you enjoyed this little foray into the concept of simple versus complex. If you have any questions, put them below, whether about this concept or other things you'd like to see me tackle in a future episode. Be sure to subscribe so you know when the next one lands. Thanks so much. Bye.